Hi everyone, Jessie Bear Builds here, and in today's video we are going to be doing 4 tiny homes in one lot, but every tiny home is going to be based off one of the 4 different elements. So the elements that we'll be doing are fire, air, earth and water. And we'll jump straight in and you'll see what this is about as we start doing the build. So this is the lot that we are building on today, and it's the Rock Ridge Canyon in Glimmerbrook. And as you can see, I've sort of done loads of different levels and things like that. So this one's going to be fire, this one's going to be air, this one's going to be water, and this one's going to be earth as well. So we'll jump straight in and we will start by building our shell for the fire element house. So we'll start with like a basic L shape here with this one. We'll sort of go for this shape here, and then for the roofing here we'll just use a simple roof like this, and then we'll drag that along to the back, and then I'm just going to copy the roof and paste it over, and then we'll go in with the country roof here. So I'm going to try and sort of stick with a red theme for this one, because obviously fire, red is kind of the first colour that comes to mind, maybe like red and orange. So I've gone for the brick pattern here with like the white trim and things like that. And we'll add the white windows here, and we'll pop this red door in as well. It kind of reminds me of like a fire station or something. I don't know why. I think it's probably like the red brick and the colours and things like that. But we'll just connect the terrain in here, and then we'll add some plants and things outside. I've popped the red bushes in and things like that just to try and keep in with the fire theme. And then I've also just copy and pasted some of the other sort of terrain items that I've used as well there. So naturally we're going to need a fire pit outside. So I'm just going to bring this terrain all the way around, and I'm also going to add these fireflies into the rock areas and some underneath the plants and things like that. So in live mode that'll also have fireflies around this house. And then we'll pop some chairs here, change the colour of the swatch on these to make sure that they're sort of red and they match the theme. And then we'll go for this mailbox out the front again with the red colour, and then just some of these lights here either side of the door so that will light up at night time. We'll pop a fire extinguisher outside here, obviously next to the fire pit, and then we'll pop some red candles lying around. We'll just pop a few of these outside here. There's going to be a lot of candles in this, I think, because you know, fire. Anything really in The Sims that can start a fire, I think we're just going to pop it inside this build. So I'm just going to use one of these plants here and put it in this pot. And that's the exterior for the firehouse. And as you can see, I've just sort of played around with some of the colours, and I've sort of made a little bathroom there. But that's the bathroom at the back. And then in this area here, we're going to have the open plan kitchen and living. So we'll start by assembling the kitchen here in the corner just as you enter the room. Then I'm going to add sort of a little bump out here as an island area, so there is somewhere to sort of sit, so I don't have to add a dining table to this one. And then I'm just going to use the extra long cabinet here just to fill this space as you walk in. I think that looks quite nice. And then changing the swatches, I think I want to go for like a nice dark wood, but we'll add some red sort of accessories and things, clutter it up a bit. We'll go for these red bar stools as well, and then we'll go for this rug here from the Cozy Kitch kit and just sort of slide that in as you enter through the kitchen there. And then moving on, I'm just going to change the tiles again to these base game ones, and then section it off with some columns here. And now I've put the columns in, I think that I actually want to go and add them all to the outside of the house as well. And now this is going to be our living area. So I'm going to move the window and put this fireplace here from Cats and Dogs, and then just slot a TV into there. We'll go for this red couch, again made of wood. So, oh look, some more candles. This seems like a really safe and good idea. We'll add some more red here with the flowers, pop some greenery in there, and then a hanging plant, of course. We love a hanging plant on this channel. I feel like the sim that lives in this house maybe is like a firefighter or works like for the fire station or something, so they're like kind of fire obsessed and they're really into all things fire related. So I'm actually going to use a fire hydrant here, and I'm just going to raise it up and size it down and pop it on top of the bookshelf as like a decorative piece there. And then we'll pop some firewood here and the fire accessories and just anything we can think of that's sort of fire themed or along those lines. And then I'm going to display these trophies here. So we've got the bronze, silver and gold, and I think I'm going to change my mind and I'm not going to use a display case. I'm actually just going to pop some of these shelves up instead. I don't like the display case, but I can still fit the fire trophies up there, and then it's extra storage for the kitchen as well. So we'll change the swatch on those, and then we'll grab this chair here with the blanket over it from Horse Ranch. We'll just slide that into the corner. Now I don't know if this bookshelf is going to be accessible, so I'm just going to add a smaller bookshelf onto the side table here, just so there is also access to the books there. But the other one looks nice in the corner, even if it is just for display. And then in this corner here, I am going to add a desk. So we'll go for this one here with the little bits of red on it, maybe one of these chairs. We'll add some more candles because I don't think that there's enough candles in this build. And then just on the gallery, I just searched for fire paintings and I found one here that you could put in behind the fireplace so it looks like the fire is permanently lit. So I love that. And then we've just got another one on the wall there as well. Anything that I can find. Put a neon light there, and then we've got this red rug as well from Laundry Day. And then for the bedroom, I really like this bed. I feel like it kind of looks like flames or something, like the colours of it. So we're going to go for like a more of a pinky red neutral colour in here, just because we've gone quite dark on the other room in the house. So we'll pop a mirror at the end here and just sort of clutter up this area a little bit. We'll pop some shoes in there and then probably another candle. If anyone wants to count how many candles are in this build, I'd be really impressed because I lost count after like the first two outside. And then we'll pop some of these banners up as well. So the Flame Club banners, like maybe they're part of a fire group or something, I don't know. And then we'll just pop one of these paintings up on the wall again. I feel like that kind of looks like flames. And that is our firehouse. So we will do a tour of this one. This is coming in through the front door, past the exterior into the open plan kitchen area. It's all red. Everything is kind of fire related in a sense. We've got the fire trophies, we've got the fire hydrant, we've got lots of fire decor. It's all red and it feels cozy, which is like definitely the vibe I was going for. And then this is just the bathroom that we already made beforehand. And then into the bedroom, again, I thought the bedding kind of looked like a flame. We've got loads of candles. We've got the fire banners on the wall. And yeah, that is the firehouse. Next, we are going to be moving on to the air element. So this one's going to be a bit more modern, a slightly different vibe to the firehouse, and I want to go for like whites and greys and really nice neutral colors that kind of make you think of the sky. So anything sort of sky related or like air related. So we're going to go for like a really nice neutral color palette here. We'll use these windows here from the greenhouse kit. I'm actually going to go with some of these windows that are open as well, so they can air out the tiny home. And then you will pop another one on the end here. I love these windows too. I feel like they add more dimension to the build. And then we'll go for these stairs here, and then we'll use these base game balloon lamps because, you know, the balloons are flying through the sky. And then obviously we're going to add loads of wind turbines. We've got one on the roof, we're going to have two outside, and then we'll use the swings here and we'll just pop those sort of down the side there to fill this space. And we have a telescope as well, so they can like watch the sky if they want to. And then we'll add some more greenery here, and then just sort of using the terrain paint, I'm just going to connect the path here with the dirt path so they can access the windmill. It looks like it's been used a lot. And then I think I'm just gonna have a look at different swatch. I think I'm gonna go for this metal wall instead from the Eco Lifestyle kit. And then moving on inside, again, I've kind of just picked a colour pattern. I've done the floor plan here. So we've got the bathroom at the back, and I know the sad face is really sad and it's not the vibe we're going for, but I feel like the colours matched better than the pink. So we're gonna use the sad mirror, but we are gonna pretend that it's happy. So we'll pop in all the bathroom essentials here, and then we'll use the cloud rug as well because that looks like the sky and it's got the nice blue colours in it. And then I think this bed is lovely. We've got to have the drapes because it's almost like they're like flowing in the wind if the windows are open. And again, the same colour scheme. It's going to be very neutral, very light. And then we'll pop a hanging plant here as well. And then I'll size down a ceiling fan and pop that one in there also. We'll use one of these fluffy rugs here from Lovestruck. I feel like that also kind of looks like a cloud as well. So we'll pop that one in there. And then we'll pop a mirror along the wall here. And then maybe pop some cushions on the floor. We'll go for this one here because it kind of looks like the sky with the blues and the yellows. So I think I might include some more yellow swatches in some little elements of this build as well, just to sort of make it look like the sky. So we'll do another open plan kitchen living area here. We'll add some of the yellow stools here. Now I'm just going to move the windows around a little bit because I think I want to add some cabinets here. Yeah, and then we'll clutter up this kitchen area a little bit as well. Now we've added the cabinets, and then we'll add one of these air vents for the air conditioning unit, and then one of these vents as well on the side. Change it up, maybe make it blue so it matches the house a little bit more. Maybe the Sims are pilot or something, or like they work in aviation and everything is just sky related or wings related or airplane related. So we'll use these paper lights here because they almost kind of remind me of like paper airplanes or something. And then just fill this corner here with a cabinet. And then we're going to put the living area in this front corner here, just sort of on an angle. So it should still be accessible for Sims, but it kind of makes the most of that space. And then we'll use the picture frame TV here. We've got a rocket here, and then on the shelves as well, you can see I've added a pilot's helmet, I've added a plane, I've added a magazine. Maybe it's like, you know, the airport weekly, I don't know. And then we'll use this rug on the floor because again, I feel like that kind of has like similar colors. It definitely looks like the sky. And then obviously we'll add another fan into this room to make it light and airy. And then we'll use the rocket banner in this house. We'll just add some entryway clutter here, and then I think we need another rug just to sort of section off this bit of the room a bit. So I'm going to move that over and sort of have it under the dining area that we have there. And then of course we need to add a bin, so we'll pop the yellow one in there as well. And here we have our air element house. So it's a lot different to the fire one. It's really bright and airy, which is exactly what we were going for, and I think we've definitely achieved that with this one. It's a lot more modern, a lot more eco. But yeah, I think a pilot or somebody would definitely live here, and maybe they've built it themselves and they wanted to make the most of the windows and let in as much air as possible. But this is the kitchen area going round here to the living area, and then we've got the entryway here which leads into the two doors. This one is the bedroom. So we've just got our little bedroom here with a single bed, but definitely suits the theme. We've got an airplane there under the shelf. We've got the rocket light as well. And then through to the bathroom. It's just a simple bathroom. We've got the cloud mirror and we've got the cloud rug as well. And now we are going to be moving on to our earth house. So this is the shell that I've created for earth, and I'm going to start by adding a roof here, and then we're going to pull this along, and I'm going to try and make like a unique shape with this one, and definitely go with like the greens and the browns and things like that to sort of represent the earth. Lots and lots of plants. This will definitely be our most planty build. So I'm just going to play around with some of the swatches here. We'll go for a green top, and then we'll go for like a wooden sort of bottom area there. And then we'll use these here from the For Rent pack as our stones as we enter. And then we'll just use this brown base game door here. And then I love these windows from Cottage Living. I think there's a fox swatch there that I really want to use. It matches perfectly with the color scheme. And then again, we'll use the Cottage Living window bays here. We'll pop those around the little tower area here. And then I'm just going to add some plants here on this little balcony area that comes out. So that's not accessible, but I thought it would just be the perfect place to like add more greenery and things like that. And then more Cottage Living windows. There's definitely a lot of Cottage Living going on outside here. Loads of ivy going up the side here, and then some more ivy going up the side there. Just as much greenery as I could possibly add to this. Same with these window boxes. We'll go for the green ones with like the matching brown sort of trim on those as well. And then we'll use this from Werewolves as our mailbox, and then add some more trees. And I think that's it for the exterior. So we'll jump straight in and we'll do the bathroom first. So again, I'm going to go for like a green and a brown, and it almost looks kind of like whimsical, very magical. This one's definitely got cottage vibes. I'm just going to move this giant tree out of the way because I did size it up and it's kind of getting in the way of building, but I'll put it back at the end for the reveal. As you can see, I've done like a little garden area there as well. It's like a little hidden garden underneath the tree. But we'll do the green Cottage Living kitchen area here, and then I'm just going to slide a bin into this little gap, and we'll pop the fridge over there. And then we've got a little breakfast nook here, and this can also count as the dining table as well, the same as the air house. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of clutter here. We'll pop this little mushroom on top of the fridge. We've got the cookie jar, and then I'm going to use these shelves here from For Rent, but I'm just going to push them together to make a unit in the corner. So I just don't think that I could have fit the cabinets in here, and I think the Cottage Living ones are all sort of with the blue on them, and I don't think the blue really matched. And then for the living area here, we're just going to add like an old TV, surround it with plants, plants. We'll add some more plants over here. And then I'm going to change up the swatches as well because I feel like it needed to feel a bit more earthy. So I'm going to get rid of the black splash that I've added here. And then I think we'll go for like a nice stone floor with the stone walls. And that kind of, I feel like this finishes off the room a lot better and the colours definitely matching better now. And then for the entryway, we'll just have a shoe rack here. We'll add some more greenery around the door. And then just this rug here, I can't remember what pack that's from. That's from For Rent as well, so we'll pop that one there. So this is our little tiny bedroom area. This is the only one I think I'm going to do with the second floor, but I just thought this was the smallest plot that I made for this, so we've done a tiny bedroom upstairs. And then we'll size down this plant and pop that at the end of the bed, and we've sort of used the end of the bed as like the bedside table because I couldn't really fit it next to the bed with the ladder. And then we'll go for this horse ranch dresser here, just sort of plop that into the corner there, and then we'll add these green pictures. And yeah, this is like definitely with the wallpaper and things like that, it's like the greenhouse vibe upstairs. But that is our finished earth house. So this is the earth tiny home. We've got the kitchen area and then going out to the little secret garden area that I built just with some planters. We've got a sprinkler there so they can like water their plants and things like that as well. And then through to the back here, we've just got our little tiny bathroom, got the Realm of Magic mirror there, and then again still with the same color scheme upstairs we've got our tiny bedroom. And this is our water house. So with this one I wanted it to be like a little lake house type thing. I've gone for like a navy blue and the blue tiles to sort of like stick with the theme of the colors of water. So we'll add a water balloon bucket outside, we'll go for these blue chairs and things. Obviously we'll add a tray of water, and then we'll go for this blue rug here as like an entryway rug. And then for the bin I'm just going to add one of these trash chutes just outside the door. And then as you can see I have put a aquarium here which is actually integrated into the wall, and then I've used a window so you can see through it from both sides of the room. And then this is just our bedroom clutter. We've got a dresser there. We'll go for these on the windows here because the windows are very big and letting in a lot of light. But as you can see as well, I've actually turned this whole area into a pond, so the house is actually like sitting on the water. And then I'm going to use the aquarium as like the backing board for my kitchen here. So I'm going to move the furniture around quickly in the bedroom just so I can move the door over into the corner, and that should still be functional. I might have to play test it a little bit. And then we'll do a little tiny kitchen here. So we've got a sink, we've got the bin outside, we've got the little oven there as well. And then we'll just pop some shelves here. So we've gone for like the sort of sea foam green sort of colors and the blues in here. This is the living area, so we'll add a fish tank there, and then we'll just use the 9 key to raise up some cushions onto this sofa here. And then for finishing touches I think we need to put a rug, so I'm going to size up this bath mat actually from the new bathroom kit and just sort of put that on an angle there to fill the living room area. And there we have our little water themed living area. And then I'm just going to go straight in and do the bathroom here completely with the sleek bathroom kit because it's my favorite kit I think as far as doing a whole room goes. So we'll go with the seafoam green sort of color here and then on the floor as well. And then I'm just going to add some bathrobes here, like the blue and the white again in the sort of ocean colors. We'll just add some bath clutter on the wall here, and we'll carry the curtains through from the rest of the house so it's cohesive. And this is our final tiny home based on the elements. So this is our water house. As you can see, I've sort of added some shells as well outside to sort of keep with the water theme. So we'll come across the bridge here and enter straight into the open plan living and kitchen area. And then we've got the aquarium there, which sort of you can see through to the bedroom, but it's The Sims, so it's fine. And then we've got our bathroom here and our little water themed bedroom. So that was my every tiny home is based off a different element build for today. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed creating it. I had a lot of fun doing this one. But if you would like to see more videos in the future, please do subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me as a new YouTuber. And leave a comment down below if there's any other videos you want to see. Do give this video a like. It would really help me out a lot. And don't forget to watch any of my other videos. I have been Jessie Bear Builds, and I will see you in the next one.